My name is Emily. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for summer, and today we're going to talk about summer slowdown on Amazon. Does it happen? How will it affect your business? And my plan and strategy coming into summer. Let's hit it. Listen, I know we're all excited to source summer stuff. I have been hitting stores day after day looking for what is going to be the hot bolo this year. Is it chalk? Is it bubbles? Is it pools? Is it chlorine? There's so many things I've sold in the past. And before you get ahead of yourself, I was remembering today one of my biggest mistakes when I got started was having FOMO, purchasing too quickly without doing research, and then realizing I can't even sell this. And I want to just create a little process for you. So before you go source, you know, 1, 2, 3, these are the check marks. These are the hurdles, the boundaries I create for my business, so I'm not losing money because I just purchased too quickly. That is why I do not source without asking these simple questions. So when I do buy, standing in a store and I'm not able to sit at a computer, I still know I'm making the best purchases possible. Number 1, it is a meltable season on Amazon. That means you cannot send anything categorized as meltable into a warehouse. You can still fulfill it merchant, but you want to be careful that you are shipping it, packaging it properly, because too many customer complaints or issues are going to get you kicked off or restricted from selling that SKU. One of the easiest ways to tell if an item is meltable is to scan the product with your Seller Amp app. You'll see here how it notifies you and lets you know if the product is considered meltable. This is something I'm always pointing out because you find things like vitamins, chapstick, cake mix, brownie mix, that doesn't really seem like meltable. It's not like your first thought, but some things are categorized incorrectly as meltable, maybe cake mix, and others maybe you just don't think of when you're picking them up, like makeup or vitamins. So when you're scanning with Seller Amp, just make sure the first check, is it meltable? Can I send it into a warehouse, or am I going to have to pick up more packaging to make sure this doesn't melt in transit? The second question I ask myself when I am picking up something to purchase is, can I sell this? Honestly, the amount of crap I've picked up, I thought I could sell, and then I get home and I am restricted. There have been so many Armageddon of restrictions happening in the past year. So double check, triple check, scan it, and it'll show you any restrictions popping up that are connected to your Amazon account. Anything that you're afraid, you're not sure, scan it with Seller Amp and it'll give you kind of a notification if, number 1, you can sell it or not. Number 2, if the brand is known to send IP claims, which can save you tons of money and a ton of heartache. I know people are like, what are you selling this summer? And it's really too early to tell. I know as maybe if you're in a wholesale, you had your game plan back in Q4, but somebody like me who can pick things up in a store and sell it immediately, I don't have to have months and months of planning. Sometimes I'll see a trend on TikTok. At one summer it was chalk, sidewalk chalk. And I would quickly run to Walmart, pick up sidewalk chalk and sell it on Amazon for a profit. And it was just so easy to run and get stuff, sell it. I didn't need to pick up a pallet of stuff before I knew if it was gonna sell or not, which is really important. Jury's still out of what is gonna be the summer bolo, but some things I'm always selling and considering are summer toys, pools, sunscreens. You need to be careful with sunscreens, especially if they're in the spray can, because those are hazmat and need to be shipped differently than something not hazmat. And if you're going to send them into a warehouse, they also have different requirements to send those products in. One of my favorite, I think most underutilized tool of Seller Amp is something I use for online sourcing. And when I am scrolling through Kohl's, I'm scrolling through Walmart, Target, I can right click and pull up the Seller Amp browser. It's going to show me possible products and listings I can sell under. This saves me a lot of time because I don't have to jump back and forth between Amazon and the site I'm on. And it'll quickly give me an idea, okay, these are generic. I will be able to see immediately movement on the listing, 3,000 sold a month, or Amazon is always on the listing, the brand is on the listing. So this saves me a ton of time when I am sourcing. I have been doing a lot more online arbitrage in the past couple months because I work from home. I like being home. It saves me time to be able to place orders online. I feel like for me, I love sourcing in store. Of course, I do this often as well, but when I'm at a computer, I tend to make better decisions because I'm not in this I have to buy it really quick before somebody else buys it. I'm mindfully looking at what platform is going to sell on best, the competitors, IP issues, keep charts, all of the like little things that sometimes are missed when you're standing in a store aisle. So if you haven't used this feature yet of SellerAmp, next time you're sourcing, right click, and I swear it's gonna save you so much time. My summertime arbitrage plan. Ooh. So from now into the end of July, so we are in April, right? May? Oh my God, are we in May? May to the end of July. For me, I'm thinking summertime, my kids are home from school. There's a lot happening. And I know there is this feeling that we want to check out. We all just want to go on vacation with our margaritas, relax. This is an important time for my business because if I come into back to school season without any sales, without any consistent cash flow, I don't have as much money to start the Q4 season off the way I need it to be started off because I am a small business. I don't have limitless cash flow. I don't have huge credit cards I can put money on. So I have to plan how I can make the most now so I have the most funds available coming into November, December. And that really starts planning crazy in the middle of summer. I have found doing this over the years that when I'm consistently sending in product every week through the summer, my Q4 is much more successful because I have a good back to school. I'm already in the process. I understand I have cash flow. Then I go into, like Halloween, and I have cash flow for that. And it just snowballs. And that's much easier for me in my business. And I am a single, like I run my business by myself. And this might be easier for you if you have a whole group of people, VAs. But it's easier for me to have that consistency to build on than to start from scratch. What I love about July is Walmart has a huge clearance. Listen, here's the golden rule of Walmart clearance. If you cannot compete against Amazon at their price and be profitable, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Because we start seeing on social media, everybody's buying clearance. I mean, people will load up trucks and RVs and all the things and travel across country. But if you buy too high, if you're pushed into FOMO and you go get tons of stuff and you're spending 3 times, 4 times more than what you should be spending, everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's buying the same clearance. And the clearance at your store, this is a unique time because they really do clearance out in July, August, all the same toys and a lot of the stores across the country. So this is a unique time where everybody's getting the same clearance stuff and every other reseller is thinking the same thing as you. So be mindful. I've made a lot of money on this. I've lost a lot of money on this early on. I wait until I'm buying it. So, okay, I see Amazon gets on at $9.99. I can buy it at this price and still be profitable. So that's like worst case scenario, but I mean, best case, the price has gone up. I'm making more profit than I thought I would, but I want to plan for them that it doesn't go as planned, right? And isn't this interesting that like sometimes in selling, we always plan like this SKU is going to sell at my price. We don't ever plan, like it's always such a shock that the listing drops, the price tanks. Why is that? Oh, we're so hopeful every time we get our cart turned, time after time. Through the summer, something else I consider when it comes to scaling, and I don't even need to scale to the moon. I don't need to make more money than I usually do. I just need it to be consistent. Anybody else? I find I am like leading the charge in no more scaling. We're just being consistent. That's it. That's it. I don't need to be better than last year. I want to be consistent like I was last year. Okay. I think I'm too tired for anymore. I want to leave you guys with a really, really hot tip. So when you are sourcing online, in store, think of this: summertime replenishables. What this means for you is probably dependent on how you were raised, your memories, and what part of the country you're in. I am not surrounded by any water. Unfortunately, I live in Iowa, and sometimes finding water activities or even like pool accessories later in the year can be harder, or we have a surplus. It's really interesting how this happens. I will find stores that I'm like, wow, they really over purchased. This is interesting because I mean, coming into July, August, our kids go back to school. There's other parts of the country who are on vacation. They're by the water and maybe they can't find goggles anymore. Maybe they can't find sunscreen anymore. And sunscreen is such a good bolo in the winter. So consider what other people in parts of the country are doing, experiencing through the summer, and what they need to keep buying. So not just those one-off buys, but what is a product that they have to go get a refillable packet. These are products I genuinely source the most of. Anything that needs to be refilled, purchase another pack, purchase another flavor, I like those. Summer is interesting depending on where you live in the country and what you're experiencing. A lot of times around here, we do a ton of camping. That is more common. So what are people using at a campsite? What are the food, grocery type items? What are the camping items and products that people are picking up before they go on a hike, before they're outside, before they meet with their friends at a pool? That is kind of where my brain goes for the next couple months. Whether it's grocery or outside category or pet category or gardens, like I really love this season of selling. I think it can be super profitable. And if you are new, listen, I know Amazon has changed so much, but if you can take time to understand the process and what's happening, it's not going to be quick. It's not going to be overnight, but let's get you up and moving in the right direction. So come into Q4, you're making money. I believe in you. Thank you for watching. Listen, I'm going to post a link below. I want you to try this Seller Amp feature on your computer next time you're sourcing Kohl's or Walmart. It will save you a ton of time and hopefully some money when you realize, okay, I can't sell this, or a brand will come for me on this product. Let me know below your favorite features of Seller Amp and what you are sourcing this summer. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.